Hello. Hi, guys. Oh, man. Oh, I should probably charge this thingy and then I could prop my phone in a normal place. Boom. Are you charging? Oh, it's not charging. Oh, that's why it's not charging. Hi, guys. I'm, as per usual, trying to figure out my technology and how to charge it. Because, of course, with my profound skills in ADHD, I'm really bad at charging things. And I should probably get like a solar powered power bank so then it could be always charged because I'm just gonna leave it out in the sun. But I would probably forget to do that too. Hi John, hi Dawn, hi Jonathan, hi Glacian, hi Prexis, hi Michael, hi Tara, good to see you. Hi Director Lib, hi Yana. Solar powered skills. Yeah, well, I just need I need things to charge on their own because I forget to plug them in. And also because I have a MacBook, I don't have that many um ports. So it's not like I can charge everything at the same time. Hi. Hi Zinte or Zinta. Hi Kristen. Hi Michael. Also that reminds me that I plugged something out. Hi Frank. Hi Katzabine. Or Kazabine. Let me know if it's a Zinte. Okay. Cool. I like to pronounce people's names correctly. Let me just plug something back in and then I'm still here. I need to plug it back in before I forget to do that. What is this? Oh, this is good. I can charge this with this. Fantastic. Fun. I love finding cords places where I didn't know they existed. That's useful. Okay, it's charging. Hi RP. Good interview and discussion with Landsbergis. Yes, he's so good. Also, here is a name I don't know how to read, but good evening. How do I address you? Sorry, for those of you on TikTok, I'm also on YouTube, and there are some handles sometimes that I don't know how to say. But yeah, I did an interview with Gabrielos Landsbergis, and he is former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Lithuania, and he is amazing. And we had a very interesting discussion about his views on what's going to happen in the US, and some of our views align and some of our views don't align. And I think that he was an optimist on the case and I was a pessimist on the case, and you will basically find a golden middle in the interview. And it was a really great interview. It's in my community tab on YouTube posted, and if you are on TikTok and you want to watch the interview, then you gotta go on YouTube, type in the gaze, as in the GAZE, and you'll find that interview there under burning questions, because that's a segment that I do there. Also, Ohms, hi Nick, and Ohms says Elon proved his point in Germany. Yes, he did. He did. He actually participated in a rally for AfD, which is the German far-right party. And there are currently protests against Donald Trump and Elon Musk erupting all over Germany, and they're massive. And they're not being shown to you guys in the US. I wonder why. Media is not picking up on it at all, but they are huge. And by huge, I mean I will show you. And I'm sure you will be surprised. My friend Gabby was like, she's kind of going through it, obviously, because of the election, because of a lot of things that are happening. She's also Jewish. So Elon Musk singing at the inauguration did not bow down well with her. And, and so here is what Germany looks like in protest of Elon Musk and in protest of Donald Trump. And this is stuff that isn't being shown to you in America. I'm gonna take down the sound so there is not. Yeah. So obviously Germans are not having the Elon Musk situation at all, and obviously Germans are really, really, really bothered and disturbed by what happened in the inauguration. Also, like, I love that argument that, like, this is not what he was doing, this is not what he meant argument. So then why do videos with him literally doing that gesture get taken down by TikTok as like censorship for, like, gestures that are forbidden? They get taken down on a lot of social media. Also, Germans quite literally said that he would be arrested for doing that gesture in Germany because it's illegal. And I've been seeing so many people on TikTok, like the MAGA people, being like the ones that were told, like, oh, if it's not a bad gesture, then why don't you do it? And they literally can't do it. Like, they'll sit there and they're like, sure, no problem. My heart goes out to you. And they do it like this, which is wild because obviously they're not willing to do it with the same force as he does, and they're not willing to show their hand in the camera. They quite literally just do like, my heart goes out to you. Yeah, because they're not willing to do it the same way as he did, because they know exactly what that gesture means. But yeah, Elon Musk spoke at the rally for AfD, which is a German, basically neo-Nazi party, and he literally said that Germans should not bear any guilt for the Holocaust because you shouldn't be bearing guilt for the sins of your great grandparents or grandparents. Yeah, it's okay to be uber German. And you shouldn't be lost in the multiculturalism, is what he said. Hi, Amy. Also, hi, Jack the Rocky, and hi, Helmar, and hi, Dawn and Dan. Oh, you guys actually have not seen these videos. Oh my god. This is interesting because it's clearly is not being shown in America as well at all. But yeah, it is on Instagram. I'll actually show you where it is on Instagram. Here it was. I mean, this account is one of the accounts that posted it. It's Alina Averly, like this. Sorry, like this. I can't find any of them. Okay, I'll send it to the mod chat so you guys can see it. Well, because this is particularly I'll send it to the mod chat, and then I don't want to share it on my story precisely, but here is what it says in the description. It may feel dark and overwhelming right now with freedom being threatened so quickly, but the world is watching and united to stay up and say never again. Even though news outlets are not reporting what is happening around the world, people are standing up and fighting back. Americans are not alone in this, no matter what they want you to believe. Hi, Maria. I've not seen it either in the UK. Yeah, I mean, I think that this is not necessarily being shown, but like Germany is appalled. Appalled. What the benefit of doing that salute, though? Nothing, just to show his actual political affiliation. And also, like, his favorite book is by Werner, who is a Nazi. Widely reported in Australia, which is good. So Boba Bennett says widely reported in Australia. But oh, Taz, you've been a member for 25 months. Thank you. Also, hi, Darren. I've seen it in the UK, says Nick. Dresden even held protests. Yeah, many German cities. So, like, I know that people are concerned that Musk is supporting the AfD, but here's the thing. I think for Germans, that only makes them despise Musk, and all of the propaganda that comes out about the AfD and stuff only makes Germans stronger in terms of going against it, because it's, hi Nicole and hi Lamb Chop. Thank you, Lamb Chop, because it's so soon. As in, like, Germany still remembers, obviously, and for Germany, it's an open wound. And somebody coming in and being like, "Ha, you should experience no guilt for the Holocaust," and like, only the far right neo-Nazi party can fix Germany, is really not something Germans are going to tolerate. Thank you, Tom. Oh my God, that's so cute. Thank you. The salute I've seen, but not protests. Well, the protests happened recently because Musk also went on he like zoomed into a rally for the AfD. Yeah, Pierre says the thing that was really sad is when he said people should not have guilt anymore. Exactly, but here I'm gonna find you Musk at AfD rally. Because I'm seeing that you guys in America are not seeing anything about it. Did you not know? Are you not seeing this on the news at all?
It's okay to be proud to be German. This is a very important principle. And I think there's, like, frankly, too much of a focus on past guilt, and we need to move beyond that. People, children should not be guilty of the sins of their parents, or even let alone their parents, their great grandparents, maybe even. Fight for a great future for Germany. Fight for a great future for Germany. Go, go, go. Let's everyone. Let's go.
An Tag 1 werden wir gleichzeitig alle Ausreisepflichtigen, die sich hier illegal aufhalten.
They're also like, I mean, they're talking about mass deportation. So same stuff as Trump was talking about. That's what the AfD is about. They're like, we're going to do mass deportation waves and all of this stuff. And this is what Musk is like coming into. And also the not the funny thing, but a very interesting thing that pertains to the whole salute thing. So Musk, when he was zooming in to this rally, right? Like, he's on a big screen and he's like, "Hey guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me?" And they're like, "Yeah, we can hear you." And he's like, I don't think I can hear you. I don't think I can hear you. I'm having technical difficulties. If you can hear me, maybe throw your hand in the air or something. Haha. Like, as like a salute. And then they do it. Like, they pick up their hands and he goes, "Oh, wow." So he never had, because they start like, the response is like very loud, as in like he can't see that they're really throwing their hands in the air or anything, but he can hear their like reaction, right? Because they start like getting louder and he's like, "Oh, wow." So he hears them getting louder. So he had no issues with his connection. He had no issues in hearing them. He just wanted to say that. And he just wanted to do that to prove a point. Yeah. At this point, I just officially want to retire from this planet and go live, I would say on Mars, but I feel like that brings me much closer. That brings me to a way closer possibility of meeting Elon Musk, which is why Mars is not for me. But yeah. I've been seeing the protests on TikTok, but not mainstream media in the US. Yeah, of course, mainstream media in the US is not going to tell you that, because mainstream media is getting censored now. It's getting censored because of course, Trump and Musk don't want any of this to be known. Why would Trump want people in the US watching mass media to know that Germans were so horrified over Elon Musk zigging at his inauguration that they started mass protesting against Trump and Musk? Why would Trump want that to be public info? he wouldn't. Also, like, I've been seeing the news about people were speculating that Musk wants to buy TikTok. Musk actually said that he would rather someone else buy it, and he gave a particular name, and that particular name was the CEO and founder of Oracle. And because it makes sense, Oracle already holds all TikTok's data. So the CEO of Oracle is a billionaire, and obviously Musk endorsed his purchase, and now like the speculation is, or now the news is coming out that likely he will be the one purchasing part of TikTok. And people are like, oh yeah, it's not Elon Musk, and Oracle already works with TikTok. So people like the CEO of Oracle actually scare me more because we don't know anything about them. Musk is like a billionaire who loves attention. So he's like all over the place. He really likes the camera and the spotlight to be on him. The CEO of Oracle doesn't. He likes to be unnoticed. And he likes to be pretty, like, he likes to stay out of the limelight. And we know very little about that man. And that man is one of the richest men on the planet. One of the richest men on the planet. So, like, not a great prospect. I don't love that. It is National Holocaust Remembrance Day. Yes, it is. And there are so many things that I saw today that I was that I want to, that I saw today that I wanted to share. Hi Tom, hi Kansas. Oh, hi Asmilla. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in a while. There is quite a few things today that I read that I wanted to share about it, but sorry, ADHD kicked in and that didn't bow down well. But so here's the thing. Without hope, there is no survival. Holocaust survivor goes to Auschwitz. At 94, having miraculously survived the Nazis' genocide of the Jews, she will be the UK's only Holocaust survivor present at the commemoration of the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau today. Hi, bartender. Hi, Sasha. She will be joined at the ceremony by the king, who will be the first British monarch to visit the Nazis' largest concentration and extermination camp. And she says, I keep telling my story, so perhaps one day people will listen and they will act. I don't know why we don't learn lessons of the past, but I have been watching and I can see we never do. That is a fucking horrifying thing to hear from an Auschwitz survivor, that we are not learning lessons of the past. Here is another one. The man who opened the gates of Auschwitz. 77 years ago, soldiers of the 107th Division of the 1st Ukrainian Front liberated Auschwitz. This date is now recognized as International Holocaust Remembrance Day. Anatoly Shapiro, a Ukrainian-born Jewish soldier, led a specially trained division of 900 men to liberate Auschwitz. As the Red Army advanced, the Nazis strengthened their defenses and tried to erase the evidence of their crimes. Shapiro and his division cleared mines, suppressed SS resistance, and opened the gates of Auschwitz I. Historians estimate that nearly 1.3 million people were sent to Auschwitz, and 1.1 million of them were murdered. Most of the victims were Jews from different European countries. 110,000 prisoners were Ukrainian. Here is a quote from Anatoly Shapiro, the head of that division. After the war, I thought that my generation would be the last to experience death in combat and unspeakable cruelty. Unfortunately, I was wrong. I would like to say to everyone who lives on this earth, unite your efforts and do not allow the evil we have seen to happen again. We saw piles of sacks filled with hair, countless corpses, barely alive prisoners who looked like skeletons, the ruins of crematoria and gas chambers, and ashes. The camps smelled like death. These are not just survivors. These are also quotes from the people that liberated Auschwitz. This should tell you a lot. And the fact that people who survived the Holocaust are talking about how they're, sharing their story so that we don't have to live through this again. And then they end up, and then they don't end up like so we don't end up living through the same thing again. And they're saying, listen, I'm seeing this happen again today. Like, this is repeating itself. It's wild, and it's really, really, really disheartening and really terrifying. Oh my gosh, there is some troll on YouTube who keeps trying to say that the party leader of the AFD is a liberal libertarian lesbian with a black lover. First of all, what? Second of all, liberal and libertarian are not the same things. And also, no matter how much Elon Musk tries to say that he's libertarian, he's actually a kleptocrat. Because he doesn't want to decentralize government. He wants to have the government quite literally folded underneath him. That is not libertarian. Okay. What he's doing and what Trump is doing is not libertarian by any means. Just because he says it doesn't mean that that's the case. And I get it. Of course, you want to paint her as a libertarian because Musk is, so you're trying to like make a connection there. But I mean, I can say I'm vegetarian and I can continue eating meat. If I say I'm vegetarian, but I'm eating meat, you then can't say, oh, she's vegetarian, because obviously I'm lying, right? Yeah. Hi, Coleslaw. Hi, Richard. I hear USA is holding back on aid for Ukraine. Yes, and aid for everything else for 90 days. And the aid for Ukraine situation is going to be really, really rough. And also, there have been a lot of really crappy things. So the U4U, United for Ukraine program, technically wasn't stopped, and technically it wasn't demolished. But a lot of the people that have received their approval to travel to the United States under this program had their approval annulled. A lot of the people that applied for the extension had their extension literally approved and then annulled a day or two later. And I've heard about cases of Ukrainians being already on the plane to the U.S. with their invitation to the U.S. on U4U program approved, and on the plane it got annulled. So I would literally say that right now, if you're a Ukrainian and you're trying to go to the United States, like, don't, because so Trump approved these deportations of people on parole. And for now, it does not apply to TPS, which is like Ukrainians that have gotten temporary protected status, which takes a couple of months after you arrive. But at the same time, it's just for now they didn't touch it. And also, like, really, if an ICE officer stops you and you don't have a green card or a citizenship, they can just choose to deport you, because why not? Because Trump said that that's legal. Also, I have been in Ukraine for a while, but also, like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with like green card holders, like, because the way that this administration is moving, it seems like one day they might decide that they just want to they just might decide that they just want to deport people with green cards, or like take them away or take them back or whatever. And it's just quite a lot. Hi, Ismin. They were even detaining citizens in the ICE raids. Yeah, there have been reports of American citizens basically being detained in ICE raids because those American citizens are Hispanic, and they were sitting in migration detention, trying to prove that they're a citizen. I have seen videos on TikTok of people just filming, like, where they were stopped on the highway, like regular people, like, no matter whether they're white or whether they're Hispanic or whether they're black, it doesn't matter. Just like random people. These particular people that I saw were like two white ladies in I think it was in Texas or something, and they were not anywhere near the border. And they were just driving on a highway from one place to another, and they got stopped by ICE and asked for proof of citizenship. And she was like, why the fuck am I being asked for proof of citizenship on a highway? And they're like, well, you're in a border area. First of all, they were not in a border area. Second of all, she was like, yeah, but I'm not leaving the country. I'm not trying to cross the border. I'm not trying to cross the border. So what's the, what's the thing here? And they were basically saying that if she's not going to show them her documents, she basically has to stay there in the car detained until she's going to show proof of citizenship. And she's like, okay, let's do it. I have time. Wait. That's a very strange noise I'm hearing. One sec. I'm just trying to see. No, there shouldn't be any shaheds anywhere near my area, but it was just like a very loud noise, and it didn't sound like a shahed. It was just like a very weird, ominous kind of like noise that took over the entire sky. Jim F says, ICE is knocking on your door. There is no ICE in Ukraine. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. We don't have the American Immigration Customs Enforcement in Ukraine, so no ICE is going to be knocking on my door. Oh my gosh. Oh, also, have you seen that Trump was questioning the Native Americans' right to birthright citizenship? Can we collectively just like react to this? Because under his like birthright citizenship situation where he's questioning whether birthright citizenship is a thing or should exist, he was quite literally questioning whether Native Americans should have birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment. And I'm just like, Native Americans? Native Americans. Native to America people. Native, indigenous. As in like they were there before everyone else. Also, here is the funny thing. So Barron Trump was born before Melania became a US citizen. So maybe before he goes and deports people that have all the right to live in America and be citizens, maybe he should start in his own backyard. So all of his children were born before their mothers were citizens. In fact, Donald Trump was born before his mom was naturalized. And Donald Trump's parents, Donald Trump's parents were born before his grandparents were naturalized. Literally everyone in that family was born before their parents were naturalized. So also his wife obviously wasn't born in the United States, and she got a citizenship based on marriage. His previous wife too. So the only child that he has, which he seems to dislike, is Tiffany. Tiffany Trump is the only child that was actually born when the mother of the child was a citizen, because her mom is American. But like Melania wasn't a citizen when Barron was born. Also, Ivana Trump wasn't a citizen when Don Jr. and what's her face, Ivanka were born. So a lot of people get citizenship through marriage. Yes, but Trump is arguing that kids that were born to parents who weren't citizens do not have birthright citizenship. So since Melania was not a citizen when Barron was born and Ivana was not a citizen when Don Jr. and Ivanka were born, they don't have the right to birthright citizenship. So what's your point? Because I am arguing literally the ideas that your cult leader is arguing for, but his family and his children are obviously excluded, right? Also, can we talk about the fact that Trump can't renew his passport? If his passport is going to expire, he can't renew it because they don't renew passports for felons. And also, if he didn't already have a passport, they would not be able to issue him one because he's a felon. So the president of the United States literally would not be able to have a passport if he already didn't have one. No, he's not referring to illegal people. He's saying that kids who are born to parents who are not US citizens, unspecified, should not have birthright citizenship. So yes, Barron does not have birthright citizenship. Neither does Don Jr., neither does Donald Trump himself, and neither does Ivanka. So when you want to impose this on other people and you want to support Trump and what he is doing, you should also impose those beliefs on the people who are trying to go with these beliefs, because it's kind of hypocritical when you're trying to find excuses for Trump, but not for everyone else. No, he was not saying that it's illegal people or people with green cards. It's that if your parent is not a citizen, you do not have or should not have birthright citizenship. So maybe before you argue something on behalf of your cult leader, you should likely look into the legislation itself. Yeah. So when you say in caps lock, it's just for illegals, go and look it up because it's not. Yeah. Yeah. We're also now trying to reverse citizenships of people. We're also now trying to reverse green cards. We're also now detaining American citizens because they're brown. But of course, obviously, it's never going to apply to Donald Trump and his family because they're special. You shouldn't have birthright citizenship simply because your mom happened to go into labor on vacation. Sure. But that's what the Constitution of the United States says, that you do have birthright citizenship because you were born in America. And since Trump talks so much about constitutional rights of Americans, why is he trying to change this one? No, because you're going to argue. You're going to argue there are some trolls on TikTok that are really unhappy about what I'm saying. And the trolls are going to say that there is that little paragraph that says, and the jurisdiction thereof, that's apparently somehow annulling that, but it doesn't. It's not changed, it's ratified. Really? So then why wasn't Roe versus Wade able to be ratified? Because the Constitution shouldn't be changeable. It's like funny how you guys want to change the Constitution when it's applicable to you and what you want, and ratify it when it's applicable to you and what you want, but when it's applicable to the interests that are not yours, you're like, the Constitution can never be amended or changed because our founding fathers wanted us to have guns in our underwear when we sleep. And they wanted us to have 15 of them tucked into every single part of our body. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's funny because like when it's convenient for you and for your beliefs, you want the Constitution to be ratified, amended, whatever. And when it's not, the Constitution cannot be changed because the founding fathers. Anyways, yeah, there is like literally no point in me having a monologue because I'm basically talking to a wall that only accepts what they find works for them, right? It's like, oh no, Trump's family doesn't apply for this because Trump was literally only saying that this is for illegals. No, he wasn't. In the official questioning of the birthright citizenship, how are fucking Native Americans illegal? Please tell me. If he's questioning Native Americans' birthright, they're literally Native Americans. How does that apply as of illegal parents? Native Americans literally are not illegal. Like they live on reservations. They have been living here since before white people or any people came and conquered this land. So yeah. And also there is that one little funny bit where Trump is trying to amend the Constitution, the unamendable Constitution, because our founding fathers, he's trying to amend it so he can run for the third term. Yeah, the unamendable Constitution. Show me where a Native American was sent to Mexico. A Native American wasn't sent to Mexico. But Trump and his administration, in their birthright citizenship, questioned the amendment for the birthright citizenship of Native Americans. So please tell me, where the fuck would they deport Native Americans to? Because clearly simple logic doesn't apply, and Native Americans doesn't tell you much. Like indigenous people, But yeah. What else are they changing? Oh, they're changing, as I said, they're trying to amend the Constitution, the unamendable Founding Fathers Constitution, to have Trump run for the third time. How do you like that? I'm sure you love it because you love your cult leader, and so you want him to run for the third time. But in general, doesn't that seem a little bit on the nose for you? And it's interesting because in this entire situation, they're also not saying so presidents could run for the third term. They're saying so Trump could run for the third term. So I'm wondering how they're going to enforce that. Because if they're going to say that any president who's previously served can run for the third term, then Obama can run, and then Bush can run, and then literally any living former American president can run. But of course, they're going to try and make it as an exception, as in like starting now. Because of course, they're only trying to do that for Trump. Trump's party and Trump are they, Gary? Yeah. And they, as in Trump and his party, are trying to amend the Constitution. Well, Biden can still run because he only, so someone says, or maybe we can bring back Biden. Well, no, Biden can still run because by virtue, Biden only served one term. So he's still eligible to run for a second term. It's just not going to be consecutive. So there is no, he doesn't need an amendment. He just doesn't have the support anymore. But I will give you this, however. Yeah, Obama can run. But I think Obama was terrible for foreign policy, and don't stone me for this, but I think his foreign policy was some of the worst legacies ever, to be honest. But also that's based on his previous two terms, and I think he's done some very, very, very bad foreign policy decisions, but also because of Jake Sullivan as his advisor. But here, GOP rep proposes amendment to allow Trump to serve third term. And all of you Trump supporters are going to be like, well, see, that's not Trump. That's just a GOP representative. Yeah, Donald Trump literally said in one of his speeches at one of his rallies, it's just a proposal, right? Why the fuck is there a proposal like that? And also, here's the thing. Donald Trump at his rally, when he was being elected, after he was elected, said, yeah, my second term, unless you guys change something and I can run for third. Like, you guys find any which excuse for him. Why is there a GOP representative or any people in the GOP Literally. Why are they trying to amend that? Why on earth should Trump have a special treatment? And also, please tell me, why is that even a thing under his government? Why? The proposed amendment says no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than 3 times a third term. Rep. Andy Ogles, Republican Tennessee, has proposed an amendment to the Constitution that would allow President Donald Trump to serve a third term in the White House. The resolution, however, faces significant hurdles for approval, and Trump literally said that himself. After he was elected, he said, unless you guys figure something out and I can run for the third time. He said that himself. Of course, he didn't say, let's make it so that I could do it. But he said that, giving them the idea. And those are the things that you like to twist and say, well, he just said it as like a joke. Why the fuck did he say it? Why did he say it? Also, you know who else at first amended the Constitution to run for the third term? Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin did that. You know, he served his 2 consecutive terms. So in Russia, it's not that you can only run for 2 terms and that's it. You can only run for 2 consecutive terms. Then you can have a different president and then you can run for 2 consecutive terms again. So what Putin used to have to do is he used to have to serve out his 2 terms, then have Medvedev, his buddy, who was his prime minister, run for president where Putin was the prime minister. Funny, right? Like a little switcheroo. And then he would run for another 2 consecutive terms. So after he has served his second round of 2 consecutive terms, he amended the Constitution to where he could run for the third term. And then right before he almost served out his third term, he amended the Constitution so he could run indefinitely as many times as he wanted to. The elections in Russia are now a hoax and they only exist for show. And that's what America is moving towards. And because you're not taking these things seriously and you're like, oh my God, he's just joking. Oh my God, it's just some Republican representative. Oh my God, it's just this. Oh my God, it's just that. Like, you're quite literally trying to justify things that you should be terrified of. As such constitution lovers. Is Zelensky going to have an election? Is Russia going to get the fuck out of Ukraine so we can stop the martial law? Because, you know, right now, I'm not worried about whether Zelensky's going to run or have an election, because I'm kind of worried about the fact that there are air raids over my head like every day. You know, like there is one actually currently still in process. Because, and I'm just a person who doesn't care about my safety anymore. So I choose to put myself in danger and not go to the bomb shelter. But like, you know, there are currently, 1 sec, bubs, 17 Shaheds in the airspace of Ukraine. Do you know what 1 Shahed looks like? It's the size of 2 tall men. And the width of like 7 men that are like, you know, that work out. So like not you, might be a hard thing for you to imagine. But like, yeah, it's the size of 2 tall men. So probably 3 of you. And then it's the width of like 7 men that work out. So likely like, I don't know, like maybe 10 of you, 13, maybe 12. Yeah, it's like a massive piece of metal that if it like, you know, if it gets shot down and like the debris from it falls on roofs of buildings, like it causes significant damage. And the drone itself is like a kamikaze drone. So like if it like merges with the building, like flies into the building, it explodes and it's like a big boom. Yeah. You know, that happens in Ukraine every night. And they mostly take down a lot of them, but then the debris falls and damages stuff. And like, you know, sometimes the debris falls on like electric infrastructure. And so there's like, you know, there's like fires and stuff, but sometimes it actually explodes. Yeah. And that's what I live in every day. So like, yeah, I'm not quite as bothered about the election as I am about Putin taking his troops the fuck out of Ukraine. And maybe like, you know, like getting out of the territories that him and his army occupied. And maybe like he will stop like torturing the people that live there, and maybe he will like stop saying that he came here to like save the Russian speakers, because I don't know if you know, but all of those cities that you've seen on the map that literally look like rubble because because Russia carpet bombed them to the ground, they're in the east where those Russian speakers lived, but now they have no home because Putin came to clearly liberate them from having a place to live. Yeah, anyways, that part. Ooh, you guys, I haven't had so many trolls in a while. It's actually quite entertaining and I'm loving it. My ADHD is loving it, like I'm actually loving it. I'm loving talking to these people. This feels like the good old 2022. That's what it feels like. How do I am, Slava? I'm enjoying this. Me too. Me too, especially that one little troll that like clearly like what has a Serbian flag or something in their bio. And I'm just like, where'd you go? I liked you. Oh, I think it came to my YouTube. You guys. I actually love it when I like block the trolls and they come to YouTube. It's like yes, I am a reporter. I'm an anchor and I'm a reporter. But thank you. You're a journalist. What is your area? But yeah. Yulia, glad you finally got a chance to interview Gabrielius. Yes, Taz, I was trying to tell you, but then I realized that so my signal, I can't update it for some reason, and so it's not working. Which means that if any of you messaged me on Signal, I have not gotten the invitation. I have not gotten the message because my Signal hasn't updated in quite a while, and I need to figure out how to update it. My area is mainly soccer, but I have interviewed a politician and people regarding Ukraine. Oh, that's cool. So you're okay, yeah, so you're a sports reporter or a sports. Yeah, that's cool. Is Starlink still used in Ukraine? Unfortunately, because we don't have alternatives for now until Europe is going to come out with their hopefully going to come out with their own alternative for the for like a Starlink like network, because that's what they're doing right now. That's what they're trying to do right now. Yeah. Also, I posted a video on TikTok today and it got disqualified from monetization for unspecified reasons. And I find it so funny because this is a video talking about like how what Trump is doing is literally what Putin did, or or what he's trying to do. Yeah, so someone said, I shared this video with my brother and it's got a big warning on it that says caution may contain inaccurate information. The video share button is restricted. TikTok censorship has upped a notch lately. That's quite crazy. And this video is like barely getting any views. I haven't posted it on Instagram yet, but I will later. And like, this is the video and it got disqualified from the monetization, program, right? Creator rewards program. And the funny thing is that under the reasoning, it literally says for the violation of community guidelines. Normally it'll tell you like bullying or harassment or like whatever, right? And this one, here's the video. Boy, is this going to be a very bittersweet I told you so. And you're going to tell me there's checks and balances, he actually can't do this, and yada, yada, yada. What if he can? What if he can? Before becoming a glorious murderous dictator we all know him as, at first he actually changed the constitution so that he could run for the third time. And then when that term ran out, he actually changed the constitution again now so that he could serve indefinitely. Fact. As many times as he wants. Fact. And now Daddy Putin has been president of Russia forever. Fact. The elections are a hoax and there is no one to check him. And of course you're going to say that there are checks and balances in America and it's impossible to do. There are many things we thought were impossible to do. In fact, Trump winning a second time was impossible to do. Fact. ICE deportations were impossible to do.
Fact.
American citizens sitting in immigration custody were impossible to do.
Fact.
A billionaire bro zigging at the inauguration was impossible to do.
Fact.
Questioning Native American birthright citizenship was impossible to do.
Fact.
And look at where we are now. What bothers me is that we have seen this one before. Russia in the late 90s. At the inauguration, who was sitting behind Trump? It was all billionaire.
Fact.
You know what else that's known as? The oligarchs.
Fact.
Musk paid Trump's way to election, and that's not even being hidden, and yet somehow
Fact.
it's illegal. A billionaire was appointed to a government job, not elected, appointed.
Fact.
And now he presides over the government.
Fact.
Richest person on earth. Trump is running an oligarchy and a kleptocracy, and whether you like him or not, you need to hear it and you need to really think about it, because if you want an example of what happens when that comes into play, look at Russia.
You know,
Like literally none of these the reason why I'm saying this is because someone commented and said shared this video with my brother, and it's got a big warning on it, says caution, may contain inaccurate information. What information in there was inaccurate? Every single thing that I've said in this video is accurate. It's everything of that is factual information. Who was sitting behind Trump at inauguration? Billionaires. Elon Musk was appointed, not elected, to a position of the Government Efficiency Agency, which literally is government oversight agency. Also fact. ICE has been doing deportation raids. Fact. We're questioning Native American birthright. Fact. American citizens have been detained in ICE raids and put into immigration custody because they were brown. Fact. Donald Trump won for the second time. Also fact. Putin has first amended the Constitution to run for three terms. Fact. Then he amended it to run indefinitely for lifetime. Also fact. Where does this video contain inaccurate information? Please tell me. So if you can, please go share that video on TikTok. It's the last video that I posted, not the pinned ones, but it's the latest video that I posted. It has 608 views in more than an hour.
You know who else?
And yeah, it's disqualified from the monetization program, and it clearly is censored AF because yeah, because it has a huge disclaimer. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Vaxis. So yeah. Fun, right? I absolutely love it. Also, I'm so sorry. I missed so many comments. And the reason why I missed those comments is because I was like fighting with trolls on TikTok. And, you know, that reminds me of my first days on TikTok. How do people like you get through life? A lot easier than you, because, you know, it's a lot easier to get through life when you're intelligent. Actually, I take it back. It's probably harder to get through life when you're intelligent, because you actually have to think about things, not just be ignorant to them. So, yeah. I will say, probably it's quite harder for me to get through life than for you, because I actually have to think about things, unlike you. Okay. Hi, Alvin. Hi, Niels. Ich bin okay. In chat, insults won't be seen. There is shaheads now. Yes, they are. If you have to call yourself intelligent, you're intelligent. You're not that intelligent. No, but I have, like, you know, I here's the thing. I don't go around thinking that I'm the most intelligent person in the room. If I'm the most intelligent person in the room, then I'm in the wrong room. But, like, you know, experience, history, and moments in my career do tend to let me know that I am indeed intelligent, because had I not been, I would not be doing what I'm doing and speaking to people I'm speaking. So here is the thing. No, sometimes you just reasonably understand that you're more intelligent than someone. Okay. But you know, part of being intelligent means that you understand that you have a lot to learn. And part of being intelligent is changing your mind, admitting when you were wrong, and being able to learn something new. And feasibly, because I'm also a reasonable person and I guess, rational person, I can comprehend that these are the traits that I possess and these are the things that I do, because I don't just decide that something is right and go with it. I actually like to absorb more information and analyze it every day, which is what I do. So, yes, compared to that one person, I am intelligent. Compared to a lot of other people that are way more intelligent than me, I have a lot to learn. Yeah. So when you just use these like learned phrases and think that they are somehow reality, you show that nothing by them. Because, yeah, for sure, if you have to say that you're smart in a lot of situations, you probably are not, because you are trying to prove to someone that you're smart. I'm not trying to prove to anyone that I'm smart, and never would. Who's snoring in the background? It's my dog Cindy. She's snoring in the background. She has a little doggy bed right next to my desk, and I can get her for you. Just give me 1 second. Hey, Sidona. Hey, come here, bud. Okay, Baba. You're a lot fatter than you were when you were a baby. So for me to pick you up, I actually have to put effort into it. Okay. Say hi. This is Sinona. You probably don't see her very well. On YouTube, you can see her. I thought it was my dog snoring. No, it's my dog snoring. There is another one snoring on the couch behind the wall, but you can't hear it because it's not directly in the microphone. Oh, Sinona. Sorry, Baba. Let me just grab you. Yeah. Sorry, Bubs. I'm being nice. I know you're the one French bulldog that is not tactile. I get it. You're the one French bulldog that likes to have personal space, which is wild to me. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for invading your personal space once in a blue moon. I know you hate it. She wasn't snoring, she was singing. Yeah. Cindy. Hi, Bubba. I know, Bubba. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bud. Yeah, this is the only French bulldog known to man who likes personal space. And I have another French bulldog that doesn't know what personal space is, doesn't like it, and doesn't want to provide it. Hey, Maeve. Okay, Cindy, you want to go back in your bed? Okay, I'm gonna put you there. Don't worry. Okay, give me a sec. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Maeve, do you want to say hello? Second bulldog does not know what personal space is, does not want to provide it, does not want to have it. Two very different dogs. No. Hello. See? She's happy to be sitting in my lap. She's content. Yeah. What's up, buddy? Yes, let me see. Okay, Maeve, I just need to get to the bottom of YouTube comments because I missed a lot of them. Wait. Maeve, 1 sec. Baba, wait. Sit here, wait. Maeve. Okay. Maeve. Ow, buddy. I need to cut your claws, buddy. You have like stiletto nails at this point. Okay. One sec. Maeve, where'd you go? Are you planning an escape? Cindy, why are you now interested in being next to me? Okay, you guys, I think this was a terrible idea to bring in the dogs because now they're all like rallied up and they know that I'm alive. Because before that, I think they thought that I'm just like, you know, that maybe it's just a hologram of me speaking to the camera. And now they're like, oh, she's in the flesh. And for some reason, she's not petting us. Wait, okay. Wait, careful. Careful, buddy. Careful. I'm gonna put you in your bed, okay? The dogs' names are Cinny. Cinny was the first dog that you saw, and Maeve. Maeve is the second dog that you saw. Maeve is the one I just had. I forget about Shaheds. Yeah. We're both over here, you know, just waiting for the Shaheds to stop Shaheding. Oh, so an interesting fact, maybe not interesting to you guys, but I was thinking about like everyday differences between Ukraine and the US that no one really talks about. So we don't have like lightly flavored sodas here. I think we have like we have San Pellegrinos. You know those like flavored San Pellegrinos that have a lot of sugar, and then we have like Morshinska, which is a Pellegrino dupe, and then it has its own thing with like a lightly flavored water. But that's it. We don't have any sort of like mass variety of different sodas. And that's one thing that I miss about the US because I like having lightly carbonated sodas with a tint of flavor, like a hint of flavor. So I found this. Okay. I found this. It's called Drink Waters. I think it's from France because most of the writing on it is French. And this flavor is Booster. And they have like a bunch of different flavors. But the issue with these is that they sell them in Ukraine for $4 a can because these are not from Ukraine and they don't like officially import them. It's like some stores like, you know, bring them. I need a better alternative because I cherish these waters like they're gold. Because $4 waters, $4 sodas, $4 sodas, and they don't sell them in all supermarkets. No, you got to go to like a specialty bougie food store to find these, and it's like just a freaking lightly carbonated soda with a hint of flavor. Do they sell LaCroix? No, they don't, which is what I mean. I literally listed all the sodas we have. We have Sprite, we have Fanta, we have Coke, we have Pepsi. So we have like all of these like regular sort of like movie theater sodas, right? And we don't have like United Sodas of America. We don't have LaCroix. We don't have Spindrift. We don't have anything like that. You say Fanta funny. Oh, well, like Fanta because that's how you say it in Europe, but like it's Fanta, right? But here it would be Fanta. Kyle refutes. We do news, but we also chat. Who's Kyle refutes? Tastes better for $4. No, it doesn't. It tastes better when it's like $1.50, which is what it should be at most. Is there a Ukrainian version of a ginger bug? What's a ginger bug? Can you buy a carbonator machine and add your own flavor? Actually, that's a really good idea. But then it would still be like artificial flavors, right? I just buy a soda stream. That's actually a really good idea. I didn't think about it. But see, like the issue with me is that like because I'm as ADHD as I am, I'm going to forget to do it. I'm just consistently going to forget to do it. Or get too addicted. Has winter come down there or still cold? No, it's actually like very much late fall weather right now. Like it's been
15 degrees Celsius. So it's been like 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Hello, Maeve. Hi, bud. What's up? Hi, buddy. It's been really nice in Kyiv. Lviv is colder than Kyiv because when like degrees wise, it's the same, but it feels much colder because I was in Kyiv. I was in Lviv for my mom's birthday. It was mid-January. Okay, Maeve, you were sitting on the part of my pant. You wanted to come here, and now you're upset that I got you here. Okay. You were literally asking me to pick you up, and now you're upset. Okay, don't eat my face. Lviv is a lot more humid than Kyiv is. Pepsi here. Love the nails. Thank you. Actually, very good nails. You know what I did today? I'm a very honest human being and I overshare certain things, but so I got Botox over here today. And before anyone is like, oh my gosh, this bitch is so expensive, is so bougie, she has so much money, because obviously trolls are like, how can you afford, I don't know, a coffee pot if you're a refugee? Like, how can you afford something for $1.50? So in America, Botox, like about a syringe of Botox, I don't know what it is in units or whatever, is like $1,000 as far as I know, or like filler or like whatever. In Ukraine, it's $50. It's $50. Okay. So very affordable. Literally almost anyone can do it. But so, I got the Americans freaking out in the chat right now. It's so funny. Thank you, Darren. Aw, for a soda and dogs are cool. Thank you, Darren, for your super chat or super sticker. But so yes, I got it in my jaw because I don't grind my teeth, but I clench my jaw a lot. And apparently this is like a precursor to grinding your teeth. I'll be flying over to Europe ASAP. Oh wow, is dental cheaper there as well? Yeah, like much cheaper. Invisalign is $6,000 in the US. It's, I believe, like $1,500 in Ukraine, but that's because it's imported. But in general, a dental appointment is about $25. And the doctor is not just gonna look at you and be like, it's $200 for seeing me. Like, no, it's 20. Like, I think dental cleaning is about $20. But yeah, so I got them in my masseter, because that basically it doesn't paralyze your muscle. Like, for instance, if you put it in your forehead or something, like you can no longer move your forehead and stuff. But like if you put it in a masseter, because it's such a big muscle, you would have to put like a horse dose of Botox in order for you to paralyze it. But it stops it from overworking. And so you stop like clenching your jaw. And interestingly, so my entire life, the right side of my face moves a lot more than the left side of my face. And like you can see it in videos, it's like it's very asymmetrical. And hi, Conti. And I didn't know that by actually fixing the jaw clenching and putting Botox into my jaw, they can put a little more over here, because muscles on this side are overworking, and muscles, well, like on both sides they're overworking, but on this side they're overworking more, which is why this part of my face is like going up more than this one. And she was like, oh yeah, I'll just do a little more here and then they'll even out eventually. And I'm like, you're telling me that my Eastern European mother that loves to criticize everything about my appearance has been telling me that this side of my face moves more and I should just try to balance it on my own, and like, I should just pay attention to how I speak and move the other side of my mouth more? She has been telling me that my whole life, and I could have just fixed it? I could have just fixed it for $50? For $50 once every 6 months? Really? Like, I would have done it 10 years ago just to not receive these comments, Michael, I haven't noticed. You know what? No one ever notices, and it's fine. I notice because I have Eastern European parents, and they notice. And Eastern European parents are not the type of people who are going to be like,
oh, you can fly to the moon if you want, sweetie. Eastern European parents are going to be like, yeah, you're fine, but you know what? Your nose is awful. How do you go through life with a nose that big? You know, my Eastern European parents, unfortunately, like not unfortunately, but fortunately, didn't tell me anything about my nose. But they did tell me a lot of things about a lot of things. My mom was very Eastern European attitude. Yeah, Eastern Europe. Yup, that hit too close to home. Exactly. See, I love how like all the Eastern European girlies are like, yes, I feel for that because your mother is not your biggest supporter. I mean, they are your biggest supporter, right? But they feel like supporting you is trying to make you like the perfect version of yourself. So they think they're doing you a favor, but they will tell you everything that's wrong with you. They will tell you how many kilograms you need to lose, like precise to the grams, okay? Like, maybe like a crappy American parent would be like, oh, you could lose 5 pounds. No, an Eastern European mother would be like, you could lose 7.5 kilograms. You know, they know exactly how much you need to lose, right? They will tell you like your nose is awful. They will tell you like your eyebrows are awful. They're just like, this is just like this is just a thing, and you live with it. My first of that was in first grade and it was enforced 7 pounds was exactly the number. Exactly. It's like, it's never, it's like, yeah, my mom actually like, well, to be fair, I did feel like I was upset because I may hire your mother. Uh, it's they're being too critical. I would be criticizing them back. Oh, you can't. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? You're going to be like disowned and abandoned and you will be like sleeping outside. I'm not even kidding. But like my mom in 5th grade actually supervised a diet for me. But in her defense, I did say that I felt fat and I wanted to do something about it. And she supervised a healthy diet for me. I mean, it was healthy, I suppose, but she was like supervising what I was eating. And she was like, I would be like asking her, oh, like, do you think eating this would be okay? And she'd be like, oh, it's after 9. You're going to bed in an hour. Like, no, I wouldn't do that. So she wasn't like not letting me eat, but she was like, very happy to be like a diet coach to a 5th grader who wanted to lose weight. Gosh, so parallel to my experience. Yeah. I mean, I feel like Eastern European parents in a lot of ways are very similar. Yeah, I've given friends cruelty permission before. Oops. I loved when your mom came to the US and she was telling us about a Ukrainian song. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, like there are a lot of like unhealthy things in like Eastern European parenting, but then also like a lot of the things they do are nice. It's I mean, it's kind of like it's post-Soviet stuff and it's unfortunate, but I guess like the more modern Eastern European parents are better. For guys, it's different. Have you eaten? You get enough. Every Ukrainian house I went to, mom made sure I was fed, made whole dinner, just got me to try. Yeah, no, literally. For guys, it's very different because moms are basically raising them to be their wife's child. Yeah. My friend stayed at my grandma's house in the beginning of the invasion. He's an American who came here as a journalist and as a volunteer. And my grandma kept calling me and telling me that he looks too skinny. And she was like, what does he like to eat? And I'm like, Grandma, I have no freaking clue. I have no clue what this man likes to eat. I've never in my life asked him a question of like, asked him like what he likes to eat, And so my grandmother went to the grocery store, bought everything that she could possibly think of buying, put it on the table in front of him because she doesn't speak English and he doesn't speak Ukrainian, right? And was like, point to the things you like. Called me and was like, he should point to the things on the table he likes. And then she proceeded to make him breakfasts, lunches, and dinners. Mm-hmm. And if he would leave without breakfast, she would give him the breakfast. Mm-hmm. Yulia, I know you like boxing. Will you ever make a boxing channel? I know it seems like a stupid question. No, I mean, like, I don't know, like I like boxing. I don't want to be a boxing commentator. Like I can do, I can do lives sometimes when there are like big boxing matches and we can like react to them together, but I feel like if anything, it would be funnier if my dad speak English and I could do yes, Charlie. Yes, Gleason. And with canned goods so much. Are they canned goods or are they dinner packed into a glass jar? Because I think it's dinner packed into a glass jar. Hi, Maeve. Hi, Demon Orb. But yeah, like my dad doesn't speak English, but he actually like his commentary on boxing is so funny. One of the reasons I'm like I love boxing is because I used to watch it with my dad all the time, and like his sorry, oh my gosh, his boxing commentary is freaking hilarious, especially for like big important fights because he's just like so invested, and we usually watch them together. Maeve understands chaos. Well, yeah, she's over here trying to climb over, and also I think Alice asked me to show her my nails like an hour ago, but basically, this is what it looks like, and it's kind of like there we go. It's kind of hard because it needs to catch the light for you to see what it is, but it's essentially like just black nail polish, cat eye, that like magnetic thing on top, and then like like red like painted colored glass red. I miss Tato fashion. I miss Tato fashion too. Tato actually got me like a pair of oh wait, Tato got me a pair of eyeglasses that I haven't put lenses into yet because I keep forgetting to do that. But he found them on some like sale somewhere. It was like at an outlet or like whatever. And he found these and they're actually kind of funny. Like I mean I like them, but they're also like a lot and they're funny to me a little bit. So he got me these, which I think are really cool, but also a lot. They are a lot, and I keep forgetting to bring them to a place to put in lenses into them. But we have. I always like the original Tato glasses with frames. Yeah. Oh no, Debbie. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You will be popular in Red Note with those nails. Yeah, I saw that apparently like manicures there are just like a whole thing and people are obsessed with them. About the trolls earlier, they say not to feed them. I know, but I love feeding them and I love talking to them. And also, like, when I'm talking to trolls, live activity goes up and more people find me. And so then more people can learn about updates. About Ukraine. You look like my teacher back in 1986 in those glasses. I actually like that. Thank you. I also had just realized that it's 2:04 a.m. and I have to be at work tomorrow at 10:30, which is worse than the normal time of 11. So I'm gonna go to bed. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love you all. Also, thank you, Dan, again, for getting so many Yewleea memberships in the past 2 streams. I think that like almost no one in this chat doesn't have a membership at this point. So that's quite phenomenal. And also because I just wanted to thank you again. And thank you guys on TikTok, those of you who just found me and followed me. It's really nice to have you in this community. And I'll be seeing you sometime this week again. And also Maeve says goodbye. She's over here trying to be very cute and make her way into my chair. Bye, guys.